Tateo is one of the leading acousticians in the world.
Tateo has passed on to future generations a more social swift towards acoustics.
The important things for him are the ability to create a relevant building for the community it's about to serve.
I find working with Tateo really challenging and really inspiring.
He understands what we need as musicians to be able to bring our best.
My name is Tateo Nakajima. I'm an Arup Fellow. I design concert halls and opera houses. I'm a cultural planner. It was always part of my life, making music. I started violin performance when I was 2 years and 9 months old. I had an early career after school, transitioning from being a violinist to being a conductor. Russ Johnson had introduced me to this world of designing these halls and really the symbiotic relationship between hall as an instrument and musicians.
The fact that Tateo is a conductor himself, he's a musician. So he's not just thinking of this in terms of just physics and engineering and, the production of sound. He has the most amazing ears that I've heard of anybody. Just being close to him for me has been an incredibly learning experience. And in many ways has also made me better conductor because I am hearing things that before perhaps I wasn't quite as trained to do.
On every project, my team and I will start from really trying to understand who we're designing for. We'll ask some interesting questions like, what sort of sound do you want? What are the characteristics of experience that would really resonate for your community? For the most part, creatives have never been asked that question. To be able to articulate what it is not something that's that easy. So it's a conversation, there are workshops, we listen together, we create a common language, something that actually captures the identity of a place, of a people. And studies have shown that actually that sense of identity is hugely correlated to wellness, to our ability as communities to thrive. One might ask, why is acoustics so important? And you could start from the fact that music is primarily about sound, and that the nuances of what we're hearing, these are things that even if people aren't processing intellectually, they process it emotionally. Cultural venues are places where we come together to experience something together, and that's what makes communities. The way the sound moves around you in music is really the tool that binds us together. For the people who are communicating to feel like they can really have an exchange, that is acoustics. I started my relationship with Wrocław in 2004.
For the National Forum of Music, Tateo has received a number of awards and recognitions.
Well, culture has been such a part of your strategy as a mayor in the development of the city.
What we have, because of National Forum of Music, is a cultural tourism, a better level of tourism.
This experience has been an enabler in the city's own evolution as a cultural center, as a touristic draw, as a place for working, a place where foreign companies can come and invest. It's been wonderful to see those waves of impact that our work has had.
Życia muzycznego we Wrocławiu, ale też pewnie i w Polsce. Więc jako kluczowy członek naszego zespołu ma swój wielki udział w tym całym procesie i myślę, że może być z tego dumny.
I've worked on a number of projects with Tateo. One is the Belgrade Concert Hall project, and that follows the sustainability approach to building a relevant design piece of architecture to suit the community.
The Belgrade Philharmonic Concert Hall is the biggest investment in culture by the Serbian government for decades. It's about finding the characteristics of the acoustics that are very specific to the character of the Belgrade Philharmonic.
We work in very different places, in India, in China, in North America. We're doing some very interesting work with arts organizations around the world, understanding how the industry is changing and helping them to express their value through the way they interact with the built environment. My entire career has been about older people taking the time to shape me. And I think that gives me a responsibility to do the same for next generations.
Tateo has taught me to be critical. He encourages everyone to question everything, in particular him and his decisions.
We have evolved a practice that has taken on what in the industry is still a very unusual way of thinking. I think it aligns very well with Arup's philosophy of total design, of really thinking about these things holistically, but with a really human impact, Sustainable design is everything for us at Arup. We are in a climate crisis, and it is only our human responsibility to do everything we can to make sure that our home is habitable for future generations. I feel very privileged to be a member of Arup. As an Arup Fellow, I'm humble because I have a different background in an organization that has roots in engineering. The Arup Fellows is not about the past, it's about what we can do to help shape the future. Also, the way we interact with our clients, the way we can understand how Arup can best work with our communities to make a better world, that's a fantastic opportunity.